Hi, I want to welcome you. I am Mark Berkler. I'm the president and founder of Christian Leadership University and Communion with God Ministries, and also CLU School of the Spirit. And each one of these offers revelation-based learning, which we define as bringing the voice of God to the center of every single learning experience every single week. So any student who's working with us, after they've received a bit of training from us for the week, they're going to be asked to journal about it and see what God is saying to them, record that, submit that to their spiritual advisors, and then choose to say, yes, Lord, and to live it out. So it's very unique. I couldn't hear God's voice for the first 10 years of my Christian life. And after taking a year of focused effort, I was able to hear his voice, and that was very exciting. So we make that the first course that everyone takes. The book is called 4 Keys to Hearing God's Voice, and we teach them 4 very simple keys. Course is called Communion with God on our university website, and that course is called How to Hear God's Voice on our School of the Spirit website. And it's the same 10 hours of video and audio and the same book and workbook that the student will go through regardless of which of those different levels they take it on. So we always make that the first course. 4 things: quiet yourself down, picture Jesus there with you, recognize his voice as flowing thoughts, and then learn to journal those out and obey them and honor those. So that's the first course that all of our students take. And since we do have 3 or 4 major websites, I'm going to introduce you to each one of them and show you the distinctives of them, and then you can explore each one in depth. So I will be just sharing my screen. So I will be going smaller, and we'll get a chance to see what's on the screen. Okay, so here is the first screen that we're going to be sharing. Revelation-based knowledge available worldwide. It's electronically available. We have it through Christian Leadership Diploma, Christian Leadership School of the Spirit, which is a diploma program. Student takes about 15 training modules. Or we have Christian Leadership University, which is a degree program. We have degrees up through the doctorate level. And students can take these directly with us, or churches can sign articulation agreements to use either one of these 2 programs in their churches and offer the 25 courses in the School of the Spirit, or they can offer we have 100 courses in CLU, and churches would normally pick 15 or 20 that they really liked and wanted to offer to their people. And in that case, they can select the name of their church-centered Bible school or School of the Spirit, depending on what they want to call it. And they can utilize our curriculum in offering training to their students. So we do have a website here for the university where we can get all the information. We also have a website for the School of the Spirit. Basically, the difference, I want to just show you some of the differences very quickly. So maybe I'll just show you the websites very quickly. So here's our university website, okay? And then here is our School of the Spirit website. And then here's our parent website, which is Communion with God Ministries, which has birthed each one of these different ministries. So to introduce you very briefly to each one of the websites, because you can spend quite a few hours on each website for sure. So the university website, the focus is going to be training people for full-time ministry. So in your church, you may have a few people who want that, so that will be great. For the School of the Spirit website, the focus is just simply spiritual growth. For the university website, working towards a degree, associate, bachelor's, master's, or doctorate in any of 14 areas, students looking at about 7 hours of work per week per course. So if they're taking 1 course at a time, they're going to put an hour's work a day in, which is pretty much all most students can handle, because they're mostly generally married, they got children, they got a job, and they're working in the church, serving the church. So they add an extra hour to the week, which can be their devotional time, is pretty much it. So they're not going to rush through a degree in bachelor's degree in 4 years. They're going to take longer because when I went and got my bachelor's degree, I dropped out of life. I didn't have a job and I wasn't married, didn't have kids. And so I was able to take 4 or 5 courses at a time. But when you don't drop out of life like I did, you want to just probably take 1 course at a time. So if they're taking the same course, we've got about 100 courses on the university website. We've got about 25 courses currently on the School of Spirit website. Those 25 are pretty much our top courses out of the 100 on the university website. And they're basically the same course material. It's just a lighter version. So instead of having to do 7 hours of homework for the School of the Spirit, they're only going to be doing about 2 hours of homework per week. So the School of the Spirit is more for those who just want to grow spiritually, don't necessarily want to take tests that they have to turn in for grading, all right? But they want to be growing spiritually. And the church can be offering either one of these 2 programs, or they can offer both programs. Under the university program, associate, bachelor's, master's, doctorate. Under the School of the Spirit program, it's a diploma program, and they complete 15 of the 25 modules currently available, and we are always adding modules to that program. So with the university, there's about 65 courses available that do have electronic media or hard copies. So they can get CDs, DVDs, or they can have stuff just provided electronically. So if you're in other countries, it's much cheaper if we can just email you everything, give you links to everything. And with the School of the Spirit, there's going to be electronic downloadable media for all 25 courses. For the university, about 30 of our 100 courses have DVDs and CDs available. And with the School of the Spirit, all 25 have streaming audio, streaming video, books, workbooks, and a course syllabus. Of course, there is a course syllabus also available with the university, and it's a more extensive course syllabus with the university. If they're students working towards a degree, they're going to be completing tests, which will be graded by instructors. And your church is surely welcome to take a few training courses with us, two courses specifically, Communion with God, and then a course on teaching structure, which is Lamad learning, revelation-based learning, how to be a spirit-anointed teacher. So we do more than just lecture. We draw students and the class into an interaction with the Holy Spirit where they receive revelation and respond to that. So it's a different kind of learning. So we want you to take a course on that too. So once you've taken those 2 courses, you're ready to start teaching any of the courses that you would have the knowledge to teach. And you're welcome to take many courses you want to with us. And then for sure, you'll be ready to turn around and teach those courses to your people. So with the School of the Spirit, instead of them having to turn in courses for grading with the instructor, there are online self-scoring quizzes that they take, and they're going to know their grade immediately as soon as they complete it. And if they failed it, they can take it again. And if they fail it a second time, they can take it again. They can keep taking it until they pass it. So it's much less stress for a person who worries about the stress of a quiz or a test. So when it comes to the university, instructor is going to be provided for any student who signs up directly with us. And if they take it with you in your church, you're going to provide the instructor from your church to teach that student, and for probably a class time. Can be a Zoom class, or it can be a class in person where they're meeting at the church campus. So in the School of the Spirit, we have a chat room available. So instead of having an instructor that they have a chat room, they can post questions, they can post journaling, and we will have an approved person from CLU who will oversee that chat room and provide responses. Currently, my daughter and I both oversee a number of those chat rooms and provide responses ourselves. So for a cost for a student who's working on the university level, and they're taking the course directly with us, it's $550. If you start offering those courses in your church, you can reduce that price to what you feel is appropriate for your people. Now for the School of the Spirit, that's $99 for some of our courses and $197 for others of our courses. And that does give the student access to all course materials, for their entire life. So it's a little bit different than what's going to happen. If you're running this course, How to Hear God's Voice in the classroom, you may have the DVDs or you may be teaching it yourself. Well, let's say you have the DVDs and the student watches it, they're going to get a chance to watch it once. And that's basically it because you're moving on to the next week. Where with the School of the Spirit, they're actually going to receive all 10 hours of audio and all 10 hours of video. So they can listen to it over and over the rest of their lives. So they can, while they're driving, they can listen to it. So that makes it a little bit better as far as them soaking up the information. And of course, they're going to have a book and a workbook and a course syllabus and quizzes too that they'll be working their way through. So if your student who's taken a university course through you, they say, man, I love that video and I want to see it over and over, or I like the audios, they can go to our Communion with God Ministries website and they can purchase the videos or the audios at a very reasonable price and have it downloaded to their iPhones or to their laptops. So that's another option for your students taking courses with you as a class in your church. And of course, you could also always repeat classes in your church, especially the foundational ones like Communion with God. You'll probably want to repeat that very often. And you can say to students who've already taken it that they can take it for free the second time or take it for $15 the second time or whatever. So there's lots of options available to you. So if a student's going to get a degree directly with us, it's going to cost a minimum of $3,000. They can bring in life experience credits. They can bring in through a portfolio. They can also bring in transcripts from the schools. If they're getting that, taking those same, we'll say 15 or 20 courses from your church, the price might be lower because you're going to price everything perhaps lower. And in addition to taking, we'll say 10 courses at your church, student may want to send a life experience portfolio to us, CLU, and send us some transcripts from schooling they've picked up at different universities, but never really got a degree for. And we can weave all of that together along with, we'll say 10 courses they took with you and work that towards a degree for them. And those are just approximate numbers that I'm sharing with you. If a student's working with a School of the Spirit and they want to buy all 25 modules, and like I say, that number is increasing, it's $1,795. So it's about $71 a course. So it's really quite inexpensive to get 25 full courses with audio, video, books, and workbooks. There are articulation agreements available for both the university as well as for the School of the Spirit. And you can get those, complete those, and that gives you a chance to, with the purchase things at a discounted price and receive a rebate when your students with the School of the Spirit, if they're taking courses directly, buying them off our website through your affiliate link, you'll be making a 25% rebate on that. And then you can click for more details. So we encourage people to choose the level of learning that's best for them. If you want to go into full-time ministry, we would think a degree would be the best way to go. Or you can just audit a course. If your church is offering a course for those who are going to full-time ministry and the price for your course is $100, we'll say, and somebody says, I don't want to take the test, I just want to sit in class and just learn, you might want to charge them $25 to sit in and audit the course. So that's another way that they can get a lighter version of the course while you're offering a heavier version in your classroom situation at your church. Or, of course, your church can be offering the light version too, but through the School of the Spirit. And if you're offering School of the Spirit courses and they're getting all the material, you can still choose to meet with all the students once a week, once every couple of weeks to discuss, to share, to journal together, whatever. So you can still have classroom time, even if they're working on the School of the Spirit. All right, and if a person is looking for just a home church setting, we offer DVDs that they can purchase off the Communion with God Ministries website, and they can run those in home groups. That's another option. We do get into discussions of what revelation-based learning is. We do have the 4 keys available: 8-minute TV interviews, and a 14-minute interview, and an hour-long interview. We got all different lengths there. So those are all available. And if you would like this file that I am reading from, you can just contact us at our and ask for it. And the name of the file that you'd want to ask for is degree versus diploma chart. So if you ask for that, call us up or send us an email. If you call us, it's 1-800-466-6961, 1-800-466-6961, and ask for the degree versus diploma chart, or you can email us and ask for the same thing at clu@cluonline.com. And just say, hey, can I have the chart on degree versus diploma? And it's going to have all these links in it too. So some of these links that I do have opened. Okay, so Christian Leadership University, that's the main website. You got all sorts of things you can click on, the degree programs, the 12 different concentrations, our focus on hearing God's voice, frequently asked questions, gets into revelation-based learning. There's a short video there by me describing what that is and some teaching on what that is. If you go over to the School of the Spirit, you're going to find a lot of information there, frequently asked questions, how does it work? Under their shop, you'll find there's a free course sampler right there. So anybody, if they're interested in the university course or the School of the Spirit, they can click on the free course sampler, get week 1, an hour-long audio, hour-long video, chapter 1 of the book, all for free, and they can try it. So that's all really fun, just under the shop, okay? Over here, free course sampler. So that's great. Our Communion with God Ministries website just has like 50 different books that I have written. You can shop by title, shop by topic. We got a teaching on revelation-based learning there too. We got lots of resources available for download. Under our About tab, we have here a Dear Pastor link. If you click on that, it'll take you to 100 students who were surveyed by a pastor who took people through the 12-week course on hearing God's voice, and their rave testimonies as to how it improved their walk with God. They could hear God's voice, improve their marriages. A lot of really nice statistics there. So that Dear Pastor might be interesting to any pastor. Okay. And then we on Trustpilot, we have a lot of reviews for all 3 of our websites. For the Community God Ministries website, we've got about 1,200 reviews. We're getting 4.9 out of 5. You read through some of these, and these are our students. These are the people who've taken our stuff, and they're basically saying, hey, this was life-changing. Absolutely changed my life. And as far as I'm concerned, this is the best part of the whole thing, to find out, hey, the people who've taken the courses, are they like mediocre? Are they like okay? Or like, yuck? Or so those who just bought our videos and books, they loved it. And then if you come over to Christian Leadership University, we've got about 200 reviews there, 4.8 out of 5, same thing, just totally life-changing, okay? And then if you go over to the School of the Spirit, we've got about 400 reviews currently there, 4.8 out of 5, again, just changed their lives. So I do encourage you to take a look there. So you get a chance to hear what people are saying who took our courses. So this has been a short introduction to 3 huge websites. And I would recommend that you take a couple hours on each website and just get used to what we have available. We have a lot of free stuff available. We have a lot of training available. I go out and do weekend seminars at churches if you want me. I do daily blogs. You can sign up on the Communion with God Ministries website for my blogs and my daughter's blogs, Charity. She does closer to 1 or 2 a month currently. But that's all free material. That's really educational, motivational, inspirational. And we would love to serve you, serve your church, serve your people with revelation-based curriculum, which draws them into hearing God's voice on a daily basis, intimacy with God. We're back to the Garden of Eden, where God took a stroll with Adam and Eve in the cool of the day, and he talked with them. That's the initial goal. He hasn't changed his goal. That's what he still wants. That's what he did in the road to Emmaus. He took a walk with the disciples and illumined scripture to their hearts, and their hearts were burning within. And that's what happens with our students, as God illumines scripture and speaks to them and says, hey, here's what I'm trying to say through this. And they just come on fire, and it changes their whole life. Because I didn't know for the first 10 years of my Christian life this was possible. I wanted it to be possible because I saw it in the Bible. From Genesis to Revelation, they heard God's voice and saw vision. but I was told it wasn't available. Now, the truth is, it is available. We found it. We found a way to teach it to 100% of the people who will do those four simple things: stillness, vision, spontaneity, and journaling. So we teach them, we make it very clear, and it'll transform the lives and the marriages of every single person in your church. So God bless you. This is Mark Berkler signing off.